Yeah, hello. Yeah, another day here, and today I want to talk about something that I've realized, and also I keep getting this question from customers. It's something to do with what do you need to consider while buying a laptop or when buying a laptop. Yeah, I'll get this question. Hey, I need a laptop and I need what, and the first question I ask a customer when they come to me with a with the need for a laptop, I always ask them, what do you need the laptop for? Or how are you going to use that laptop? Because that is going to determine the kind of a laptop that you're going to purchase. So, a person who is doing the architecture work, or a person who is doing the design, the video editing, they cannot use the same laptop as a person who is just going to use the laptop for watching a movie, listening to music, or just browsing. Those two people cannot use the same laptop. When I mean they cannot use the same laptop, I don't mean that the person doing the video editing or the architectural work cannot use a HP laptop and the other one listening to music or maybe browsing cannot use a HP. I mean the specs that need to be in a laptop that is going to be used by someone who is doing video editing and architectural work, or the architecture work. They are going to be different in terms of specs. And there's always a question I sorry, I find kind of looks like it's offensive to some customers, or maybe they don't like that question. Somebody will come to me, I need a laptop, and the question I'll ask is, what do you need the laptop for? And I'll see like the customer doesn't know what it's just a laptop, a good laptop. But try to think about this. What is a good laptop? We very well know good laptop can range from 650,000, that is Kenyan currency, to even something to do with 50,000. Some laptops can even go to 200,000 Kenyan shilling, that's like 2,000 USD. So when you say a good laptop, I think you are just in a very wide range, and I don't know now where to pick the good laptop. And also try to remember that I don't know what is good to you, because what is good to one person is not good to the other person. So what I'm trying to get when I'm asking this, how are you going to use this laptop? Are you that guy for video editing? Are you that guy for the architectural work? Because I need to know the specs. I'm going to, as a technician, as a professional in this industry of the laptops, I need to guide you. So the other question, especially this one, I find it, some customers, they don't like to answer this question the way, like they think you want to take advantage of them. Like a customer will come to me, I need a laptop, and immediately I realize you don't even know what you want to do with the laptop. Then you say a good laptop, I need a good laptop, but I still can't ask, what is a good laptop? So I'll ask you, what's your budget? I'm just trying to see where I can place you when it comes to laptops. It's good to remember that laptops range from Lenovo, from Core i3, Core i5, Core i7, the 2GB, the 8GB, the 16GB RAM. We have all those specs. I need to see where I can place you. Since now you don't know what you want with the laptop, I'll use your budget now to place you somewhere. But customer will think that you're asking that question so that you can take advantage of all the money they are having. And some will answer the question, but they will give you very little amount, actually a little amount than the one they already have. They have more money, but they will tell you like little amount so that you can, they are fighting to see that if they can get a very good product at a very cheap price. And so you later come to realize, after you have discussed with the customer the advantages of this laptop and the other one, you later come to realize they actually had more money, but they will tell you the little amount so that maybe they fear that you are going to take advantage of every coin they have to give them a laptop that is just exact amount, like just with the amount, sorry, I mean you are going to give them a laptop that is going to match the amount they are having in their pocket. And so I came up with an idea, and I said, I'm going to talk about this because maybe a lot of people are getting confused. Sometimes I've sold laptops and the customers came back to me and they tell me, hey, this laptop is not doing this laptop is not doing that. And I remember, and I tried to remind them, I asked you, what did you want to do with the laptop? And they could not answer. And now they come with this idea that, can I like give you this laptop and I give you some more money, I add some little amount of money, and you give me the laptop I'm looking for? Sometimes this kind of a deal is not very good when it comes to somebody who is selling computers, because you are trying to take computer out of your shelf. You have bought computers for sales. You are trying to move the stock, and somebody is now coming back to try and tell you, let us stock this one, and yet I asked you about that. And so it's inconveniencing for people who sell laptops and gadgets. They know that, and that's why you see in most receipts, when you buy, good ones sold are not refundable. Why do people write that? Because customer can keep bringing up stuff every now and then. Most customers, okay, a lot of customers are good, and even those who are coming back, we are not saying they are bad, but people can be a bit confused, and if you don't take care, people will take advantage of you. And so I just wanted to talk about something today. What do you need to consider when you buying a laptop? When is that time now it has come that you need a laptop? You feel like, hey, I need a laptop. What do you need to consider first? And like I said before, I always ask this question. What are you going to do with the laptop? Always know that. What are you going to do with the laptop? After you have known what you are going to do with the laptop, try to know, in this daily activity that is making me buy the laptop, what are the softwares involved to do what I'm going to do with the laptop? Because some softwares are heavy. Some softwares requires machines that are a bit high when it comes to specs. And the specs that you are going to choose, they should be suitable. At least they should be within the range that is required with that software. Because you cannot buy a laptop that is having minimum specs than the software you are going to run. Your laptop is going to lag, it's going to hang, and it's not going to be efficient. It's not going to be efficient for you. So these are the factors you need to consider. And the other thing I like to say is, when you know what you're going to do with the laptop, the softwares you're going to use with the laptop, you can even now do your research and try to see what kind of specs that are needed to run those softwares or to perform the kind of work you are undertaking. I will repeat this. Somebody who is doing video editing, somebody who is doing architectural work, they cannot run the same system or the same machine with somebody who is just after browsing or maybe reading some documents, some PDFs and whatever. They cannot run the same machine or some machine with the same specs. Somebody who is running video editing and architectural work, they need a machine with something we call NVIDIA graphics card. NVIDIA graphics card is a dedicated graphics card. Machines have got internal graphics card and they have got the NVIDIA graphics card. And maybe I need to show this. Maybe like the machine I'm using, I'm going to use this one I'm using right now here. So for a moment, okay, let me just go under there. Yeah, so let's try to see the machine I'm using here. So if we come here and type run and then go there. Yeah, let's wait for that pop-up box to see. So you can see the machine I'm using. Yeah, the DirectX diagnostic tools. I'm using a computer that, okay, the name of the computer is iSamfix solution. That's the name of the company I'm running right now. It's an NESA, and as you can see, it's a Core i5 here. Core i5 is a 7th generation. This 7200, this is 7th generation with a speed of 2.5 gigahertz and 4 CPUs. And again, we have got 2.7 gigahertz. You can see I'm running a 16 GB RAM because I'm doing video editing. Like this video I'm recording here. I'm going to edit this video and I'll upload this video. So I need a machine that is a bit strong. So if we go to the display, we have the internal memory. You can see a shared memory of 81.6 MB. This is like 8 GB. Yeah? You can see here, approximate memory. Yeah? But when you come, this is the internal memory, the shared memory. Yeah? But if you check here, the render, this is where we have the dedicated dedicated graphics card. You understand, eh? When you come to render, you'll find that my machine, it's rendering with 2 GB of NVIDIA GeForce 940MX. So, because of my work, I cannot use a machine that does not have aspects. Okay, I cannot use a machine that does not have an NVIDIA graphics card because I'm doing video editing. Because when I start using these tools like the OBS or the CapCut, let me maybe like use the CapCut. Maybe let's go to the task manager. Also on task manager, you are going to get these things like the performance. When you come here to performance, you see that my CPU right now is operating at 65%. You can see, and my memory is operating at 47%. You know why this is happening? Because I'm running a software called OBS, the one I'm using right now to record. As I'm talking right now, I'm using a software called OBS. And you can see that utilization of my CPU is already a bit high, although not very high because the machine is a bit strong. I don't have the best machine, but this one is trying. Actually, very soon I should be needing another machine. And as you can see, my RAM is 16 GB and it's being utilized at 47%. You can see the internal GPU. This is the GPU activity. It's running at 1%. This is the internal graphics card. And this is the dedicated NVIDIA GeForce here. You can see. Check the details here is NVIDIA GeForce. This is the dedicated graphics card. You can see it's operating at 44% because I'm running a software called OBS. Because I need quality videos, I need a machine that can render. Rendering and the graphics card and whatever, that's a dedicated graphics card. I need that for this work. So you can see what is being utilized much in this machine. We can both tell. Look at the processor running at 62%, 67%, and look at my graphics and dedicated NVIDIA graphics card is running at 46%. So look at my internal graphics card. It's running at 1% because I've given the work to the dedicated NVIDIA card to do the quality of the video. You can see, because if I come to the internal, yeah, some machine will work with the internal, but it's always good to be with a dedicated NVIDIA graphics card. So let's come to the storage. You check the SSD. It's 0%. It's doing nothing. SSD is just 0%. Look at disk 1, 2%, 1%, and 0%. So what is working here for me is the NVIDIA graphics card, the dedicated card, and the CPU. So let's go back to our discussion. So as you have seen, for me, right now, the things that are getting utilized in my machine is the processor and NVIDIA graphics card because I'm running the software. So when you are deciding on what machine you want to buy, if you are the kind of guy who want to watch movies, only movies, listen to music, and maybe do a little bit of browser, you will need a lot of storage because you need somewhere to store your movies. You need the backup for movies and a bigger storage for movie. There are some people who are not interested in storage. They're interested with the speed. Like for me, I'm not so much interested with the storage because after I edit my videos, I have an external hard disk where I store them because I wouldn't want this laptop, if this laptop crash, God forbid, it will go with my videos. And you know very well, editing these videos is not easy. So me, I don't need a lot of storage. I don't need a lot of storage. As long as I have an SSD that is running my system, that is okay with me. And me, I'm in the category of the architectural guys and the guys for video editing because I'll need that dedicated graphics card for the work I'm doing. Some people are doing some courses like nursing. Nursing is not a course that requires you to have a laptop that has got NVIDIA graphics card. I don't know what level of nursing you are doing, but I think maybe there could be a level. I have not been into medical field and I'm not planning to be there anytime soon anyway. So I don't know. I'm not so conversant with what happens there, but I don't think the IT guys like the information technology courses, the computer, yeah, this one might need some softwares because of the coding. Some coding softwares are a bit heavy. But as I was saying before, factors to consider when buying a machine so that you may avoid this problem of you bought a machine And after going home with the machine, you realize the machine cannot even perform what I wanted it to do. It cannot even be efficient for me. It cannot work for me. So look for what are you going to do with the machine? Look for factors like the softwares needed. The other factor you need to check is the battery life, because some of you are traveling so much. And maybe the places you are going, you don't have a charger, somewhere to plug in a charger. You need a laptop that can hold power for at least like five hours. That is also something to consider. The other thing you need to check is screen size, or the size of the laptop. What size do you need? Do you need a bulky laptop? Like the people who do the architectural design, the video editing. Okay, I know so much about the architectural designs. They need a bigger screen, so that they can see the blueprints of the house. Maybe they are doing the ArchiCAD, the Lumion softwares. They are trying to do the blueprints, to do the blueprints of the house. They need a bigger screen. Unlike somebody who just want to browse, check, maybe for people watching movie, they could also want a big screen also. That one is not a must, but there some people will tell you, I need a bigger screen to get a bigger picture of the images so that I can watch movie comfortably. And so those are okay. The other thing you need to check after the size, you need to check like the specs because of the software, like we said. How many GB of RAM is required? What processor is required for you? Is it the storage you need much, or maybe the speed? Because if you need storage, there are things I'm going to show you. For people who need storage and not the speed, I think this kind of hard disk will work for people who just need storage, because this one were cheaper per GB. Per GB of storage for this hard disk is a bit cheaper right now. Per GB of storage of this SSD is expensive than this one. So if you're not interested, but this is more speed, this has a higher speed than this one. If you're not interested with speed, then why take this one? It's expensive. It's going to cost you some money, and this is cheap. So just take this one. Take 1 TB or 2 TB. Put it in your laptop. Watching movie and browsing is not so much of a big deal. You can just use it. And so the other thing you need to check, the capacity of RAM in your laptop. That one we have talked about it. And remember, some laptops are upgradable and some are not. And look at this laptop here. This is a motherboard for a laptop that got one RAM slot, as you can see. This is one RAM slot. You will not get any other RAM slot. And this one are soldered. These are onboard RAMs. So when you're buying this laptop with one slot, you go to a computer shop, and if you want to upgrade your laptop in future, so are you going to take this one with one slot? No. You are going to take the one with two, like this one. There are people who like upgrading, like you buy a machine cheap and then you build it with time. You want to build it with time. You can buy it with one RAM, then you can upgrade. Or maybe 4 GB, you can remove this 4 GB and put 8 and 8, that is 16. Or maybe put 16, that is 32, if the machine can support. You need to come for this one if you're the kind who is a builder. There are people who buy laptops and they build them. For this one RAM slot, I will not encourage you to buy, because you only have one RAM slot. So what happens when you need to put like more RAM? Take advantage of the two slots here. And there are some that you cannot even upgrade, like this one. This is a MacBook motherboard. SSD is on board, RAM is on board. Yeah, you can take it to a technician to rebuild the RAMs for you at a higher. It's a bit expensive than this one, but you cannot change the RAMs yourself. Like in the house, you just go to the computer shop, buy a RAM, and maybe solder the RAM for you. Only the RAMs you can change is for this one. As you can see there, the two slots here, you can change for this one. You just buy a screwdriver, go to the back cover and remove those screws, and come and upgrade your RAMs in the house. So you also have to consider those things, like, is this a machine I can build myself, or I have to go to the technician? Okay. And so the other thing you need to check is something we call the durability of the laptop. We both agree that laptop is not something small, like it's not a small budget when you talk about a good laptop, maybe. And you cannot afford, maybe most of the people cannot afford, you buy the laptop today and after 2 weeks you have chucked off the machine and now you have another one. You'll find that you'll need to look for money. And the money you need to look for is not we cannot call that money, it's not less amount. It's a bit expensive. Laptops are a bit expensive. So you need something that is durable, something that is going to take long. How do you know about this? I think the best way to do, and I always tell customers, try this. When you see the model of a laptop you want to buy, go online and try to see the reviews. The reviews people are, what people are talking about this machine. Is it a Lenovo? Is it a HP? Go to and try to check what people are saying about that machine, because there are people who have bought before you. That machine, you are not the first person who are buying. Some people have bought it. Go to the, and people are very, I think people like to help one another. People, a lot of people are trying. You go to internet and you find several reviews about those laptops. Maybe this laptop is doing that. Why this laptop are having this issue? My laptop did this, my laptop did that. So you need to consider those factors when you're buying a laptop. And so I think I've pretty much touched on everything that you need to do about the size, durability, the graphics card, the CPU speed, the generation, and whatever. So at least I hope if you are somebody who's watching this, next time you're going to a laptop store to buy a laptop, please try to answer those questions. Try to research about those questions, and most of the time you're not going to go wrong on that on the machine you're going to buy. Sorry. Also, when you are buying a laptop, as we said, is not a small budget. Try to forecast, like for 5 years to come or for 8 years to come. You might buy a laptop that you need today, or maybe for this year, and tomorrow maybe you need another laptop, or like bigger laptop than the one you are having. If you know, like in 5 years you need a better quality than the one you are having, what the need of wasting money buying a cheaper laptop that is not going to serve you in those after the 3 years, and then start getting trouble selling it? Because when you buy something, let me tell you, even when you buy a laptop today, maybe worth $600 or $2,000, like that like 200,000 shillings, 200,000 Kenyan shillings. When it's time to buy that laptop as a second-hand laptop, you are going to lose a lot of money. You are going to lose a lot of money. Also, when it comes to cars, the first owner of a car always suffer the biggest depreciation. The first owner of a car always suffer the biggest amount when it comes to depreciation. Same with the laptops. If you're the first owner, you bought that laptop and now you want to sell it, you are going to suffer some cost. So instead of first of all buying a small one, and then after sometimes you buy a bigger one, try to buy that laptop to serve you even for those days to come. You could be a mom or a dad. You want to buy a laptop for the work you are having right now because you don't need a bigger laptop, or maybe, but you know, like 2 years to 3 years to come, or maybe 1 year, your son will be joining college, and maybe this son will be doing a course involving video editing or architectural work. Why not buy a good laptop once, such that when you are done with the laptop, you can even give it to your child to go and use it for? Exactly. Those are the factors I want you to consider, and at least be able to answer the question of, why do I need this machine? How am I going to use this machine? And which softwares am I going to run on that laptop? So guys, that is all for today. That's all I wanted to touch on for today, because I keep getting this question so much from my viewers, from my customers, and I hope I've answered the question. If you have more questions, please let me know down in the comment section, and you're going to discuss about it. And thank you. Subscribe for those guys who have not subscribed, and for those who have subscribed, I'm very grateful. Please continue supporting our work, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you.